Stick around for this one because we're taking a look at another Skywalker lightsaber. Just not that Skywalker, his wife. This is the Mara Jade Skywalker Lightsaber. Let's take a look. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. So today we're taking a look at the lightsaber of Luke Skywalker's wife. Yes, in Legends, he does have a wife. But something I just recently found out is that Hasbro is actually putting out a Legends pack with Mara, Luke. I think it's like a 4-pack. I'll put it on the screen over here. I forget exactly what's included in it, but I totally need to pick this pack up because I don't have anything with Mara Jade outside of this lightsaber right now. But Mara is kind of a complicated character. Her story arc is just I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna marry him. Let's pull up a Wikipedia and get you some information on Mara, just in case you don't know who she is. There's actually a lot to read here. I'm just gonna kind of give you a summary. Mara Jade Skywalker was a Force-sensitive human female who was, during different times in her life, an Emperor's hand, a smuggler, and later a Jedi Master who sat upon the Jedi High Council. She was raised as a servant and assassin to Emperor Palpatine and became a high-level Force-using operative. As the Emperor's hand, Jade carried out the Emperor's bidding, killing rebels and corrupt Imperials alike with cold professionalism, even as a young woman. As Palpatine's assassin, she received top-notch training from experts in a variety of fields, as well as training in the Force, which was continued by Luke Skywalker years later. After Palpatine's death, she received his last command, which was to kill Luke Skywalker. However, the death of her master caused her to go rogue. Blah, blah, blah. She became a smuggler. Let's skip ahead a little bit because there's a lot here. She eventually was forced to work with Skywalker. The two finally realized that in 19 ABY that they were in love, and they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. One sent to kill him. Now she's in love with him. Relationships, huh? Tricky things. After marrying Skywalker, Mara Jade took the surname Skywalker and devoted her life to the new Jedi Order, and so on and so forth. But she's a really, really cool character, and honestly, it's kind of a shame that her story is now just in Legends, because I feel like there could be a whole series just based on Mara. And I'm sure that would be a whole series that Disney would possibly mess up and we'd all just sit and cry about it. But today we are going to take a look at her lightsaber that was sent over to us from my good friends over at Artsabers. I will put a direct link and discount code for you down in the description so you can check this out and everything else that Artsabers has to offer. And before we dig on into this, if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping on by. Please help support the channel by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification button down below. And if you are a returning viewer and a friend of the channel, thanks so much for coming back. Let's dig into this unboxing. So here we have, right in the middle, we obviously have the Mara Jade lightsaber, which kind of looks like a handlebar for a bike, right? This is a Xeno V3 and it will work with the Xeno configurator app. And then we have all of the typical accessories. We have your Allen key, we have your USB-C charging cable, we have a nice acrylic stand, I'll show you that in a sec. We have a little USB-C dongle thingy to toss your SD card in. If your computer even has a USB, mine don't. Mine have all USB-Cs, but mine does have an actual card reader, so I use this converter in mine. Then we have our typical pack of retention screws and a couple Allen wrenches in there. And of course you have a full manual to run everything. And unfortunately it still does have the outdated Xeno configurator app. So when you put that nice acrylic stand together, that's really cool. So you have a nice display to pop this on your shelves. You also get a really nice blade plug, which looks beautiful in here. I love these blade plugs. And of course, you also get in your package a NeoPixel blade. This one is a 32-inch, 1-inch diameter. Let's take a closer look at this lightsaber, because this is a really pretty cool lightsaber. I unfortunately don't know much about the details or anything on her lightsaber, so I won't be able to tell you if this is 100% accurate or if it's like really, really close. I just don't know. But what I do know is that this darn thing is super cool looking. Now, starting down here at the bottom, we kind of have a thumb screw. I'm not sure if that's gonna fit in the standard CoverTech belt clip. I don't have one here to try, but I think this is just like a regular thumb screw. If any of you have this and you do have one of those CoverTech clips for your belt, let me know down in the comments if this happens to fit. And just over that, we have these long plates here, kind of like on a grip section, and with all of these screws in there. Really kind of digging that. It's like just like these armor plates. And then right above here, right in the center, we have probably where I'd wind up gripping this thing anyway. A really nice grip section. Now you'll notice, just probably from this camera here, this thing is a fingerprint magnet because this whole thing is just chrome plated out. I don't know if her lightsaber is supposed to be chrome or more of that kind of matte finish. I do wish that they would just make all of these hilts in that kind of brushed aluminum look. Now just over that, we do have our power button. Red button doesn't do anything. This is a Xeno, so it's a single button configuration. So we have that right there. And then right up top here, we have all of these grips. Now we've seen these grips plenty of times on things like the Graflex. Right here on the back, we do have a couple more little greebly things and our retention screws up top. So there's 1, 2, 3, looks like 3 retention screws there for you. And moving on down into the chassis, we're gonna take the plate off at the bottom, the pommel section here. All right. And the chassis will just slide right on out for you. So we do have the standard Xeno V3 Gold chassis here. We have our kill switch up top, 18650 battery, USB-C charging port right there. We got our power that we can click on the back there. All right, we have our access to our SD card and of course, lined with LEDs. And in typical XenoPixel fashion, you don't have to put this in any particular direction. You just have to slip it in. I mean, you can twist it around if you want and just pop it in. It doesn't make a difference. All right, so as always, first thing I'm gonna do is pull up the Xeno Configurator app and make sure that the firmware in the hilt is up to date. All right, then click on our saber here, confirm.
App connected.
All right, then I'm gonna immediately just go into the last tab, click on our saber. Let's check the firmware on here. So this says we're on 1.2.5, so let's update the firmware. Click update and let that run for a bit.
Update successful.
All right, so we are all updated. That only took about 2 minutes or so. So what we have to do is click the power back onto the saber because this turns off and reboots. Okay, we are connected. And I'm gonna go in here and make some of my basic adjustments. First thing I'm gonna do is adjust for my blade. This is a 32-inch blade, so that's around 117-ish or so. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn on countdown. That's gonna put that extra beep on the hilt menu so I know where I am in the menu while I'm on the hilt without the app. Without this beep, navigating the menu is a pain in the rear end. And then I'm gonna turn on a couple of my favorite little modes down here. We have the multi-lock mode, turn that on, and we have the multi-block mode. Those are pretty much my favorite ones there. And let's just click on save on top there. So if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you've seen this Xeno app many times. But if this is one of your first videos, I'll give you just a quick run through over here. Nothing too in depth. On the top here, we have our battery level. In here, we have our additions and color settings. Show you that. So you have and then down over here, you have all your different color settings. You can access all of these color settings also on the hilt itself, and I'll show you how to do that. So that's the quick mode. We have infinite color. Infinite color is just gonna slowly scroll through all the colors and fade through them. And then over here on the color palette, you can kind of fine tune everything. This little knob over here, this little slider, that only affects the brightness of the color of the blade. It will not affect the effects. So you can actually still see the effects with that turned down. That way you can see exactly what it's doing. tip drag. So that is actually really cool to be able to adjust the brightness of your blade and be able to see the effects a little bit more if you want to. A lot of times for the video, I do leave that at about 50%, give or take a little bit, so you can actually see the effects a little bit more. And then down here at the bottom, you have 34 pre-installed sound fonts. Right in here, you can also adjust your different lighting effects. So the hum light effect right now, it's on pulse.
Flash blade. Cracked blade. Candy blade. Rainbow blade. Unstable. Steady. Fire blade.
Now for me, I usually leave these on either this fire blade, which I really like, or the pulse. There's no real flicker like that really nice flicker blade that the SNV4 Pros have or the Profis have. So with this, I usually stick to either this really cool fire blade or just a standard kind of slightly pulse blade, which is number 7, I think it is.
Cracked blade. Pulse.
Yeah, so that's, you know, super standard. You can see it just kind of breathing in and out. But if you want a little bit more, I usually just go over to the fire blade and leave it there. I'm gonna add a little bit of atmosphere in here. Ah, look at that. All right, I'm gonna show you the 2 modes that I like that we turned on in the app, which is multi-block and multi-lock mode. Multi-lock mode, you're gonna hold the button for only about half a second.
Enter multi-lock mode.
All right, and then you can turn on, you can layer over that the multi-block mode. So that's gonna hold the button for about half a second and give a swing.
Enter multi-block mode.
All right, so now you have those 2 modes on, and that's actually gonna deactivate your twist on and twist off so that when you're messing around, it doesn't turn on and off by accident. So what these 2 modes are gonna do is allow you to just kind of mess around without having to fiddle with the buttons. All right, so multi-lock, all you have to do is just hit your saber and then push the button for off. So hit, off. You can just turn it if you want to turn it off. And for the blaster blocks, all you gotta do is swing around. Now getting to the colors is really easy. There's 3 different ways. All right, you're gonna hold the button for 2 seconds while the blade is on.
Color change.
All right, and that is gonna put it into the infinite color where it's just gonna automatically scroll and fade through the colors. And then whenever you want, you just hit the button to lock in the color.
Selected.
All right, or you could flip it upside down and give it a turn either clockwise or counterclockwise. You're gonna hold your button, give a twist.
Color change.
All right, that one's gonna put it into quick mode.
Color select.
All right, hit your button to select. Now give it a twist to the right. Hold your button, give a twist.
Color change.
All right, now that's gonna put it into a twist mode, kind of like the Profis that we're used to. All right, let's go into that more pink color. There we go.
Enter multi-lock mode. Exit multi-lock mode.
And fonts upside down and give a twist.
Bounty. The Count. Codex of Light.
And that's going forwards in font. You're just twisting counterclockwise to the left.
Cyber Terror. Dark Ages. Hatred.
All right, my my friends, I think that's a wrap. This is the Mara Jade Skywalker Lightsaber from Artsabers. Thank you so much to Artsabers for sending this over for everybody to check out. I'll put a discount code and direct link down in the description for you if you want to check it out. Let me know what you think of this lightsaber down in the comments, and while you're down there, don't forget to help support the channel by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. I have a lot of 6-scale figures coming and a lot more lightsabers that I don't think you're going to want to miss. All right, I'll see you all in the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya!